kindly follow me on my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you! In this video, for the Grade 8 Mathematics, we will talk about conditional statements or yung tinatawag na if-then statement. When we said conditional statement, it has two parts, the if, which is the hypothesis, and the then, which is the conclusion. In the conditional statement, you have to identify the hypothesis and the conclusion. So if P, then Q. Hypothesis is an explanation for a set of observations, and conclusion is the summing up of an argument or text. There are instances that you may omit the word then, but still you can identify the conclusion. The statement, if 2x equals 12, then x equals 6, you may write it as if 2x equals 12, x equals 6. The hypothesis is 2x equals 12, and then the conclusion is x equals 6. A conditional statement is also called as if-then statement. It has a truth value of true or false. A conditional statement to be true shows that when hypothesis is true, the conclusion is also true. While to be false, you need to have a counterexample where hypothesis is true but the conclusion is false. So para maging false ang statement or conditional statement, kailangan ang hypothesis ay true, pero ang conclusion naman ay false. At para naman maging true ang conditional statement, kailangan ang hypothesis ay true, ganun din ang conclusion. So let's now have the example number 1. If a polygon has exactly 4 sides, then it is a quadrilateral. Tandaan natin na yung if phrase ay yung ating hypothesis at ang then phrase naman ay yung ating conclusion. So dito sa ating unang conditional statement, the hypothesis is a polygon has exactly 4 sides dahil iyon yung ang ating if phrase, and then ang ating namang conclusion is, it is a quadrilateral. So, true nga ba yung ating conditional statement? Sabi dyan, kung ang polygon daw ay mayroong exactly 4 sides, ito ay tinatawag na quadrilateral. So, tandaan natin or i-recall natin na lahat ng quadrilaterals ay polygon. Ano nga ba yung mga halimbawa ng quadrilaterals? Iyon yung rectangle, square, rhombus. So, lahat po yun ay under ng polygons. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating unang conditional statement ay true. Second example, if a figure has 4 sides, then it is a square. Ang ating hypothesis dito ay a figure has 4 sides, and for our conclusion that is, it is a square. Lahat nga ba ng figure na may 4 sides ay tinatawag na square? Okay, not all figures are squares. Hindi lahat ng may 4 sides ay square. Ano-ano nga ba yung mga figures na may 4 sides? Rectangle, trapezoid, parallelogram. So, iyon po ay hindi square. Therefore, ang ating pangalawang conditional statement is false. Third example, if 3x equals 24, then x equals 8. Ang ating hypothesis dito ay 3x equals 24 at ang conclusion naman is x equals 8. Ang conditional statement na ito ay true. Bakit? Since there is no other value of x that will make the equation 3x equals 24 true except 8. So, ang tanging number lang or value ng x na kailangang i-multiply sa 3 para magkaroon ng product na 24 is 8 because 3 times 8 is 24. Therefore, this conditional statement is true. Fourth example, if x squared equals 64, then x equals 7. So, ang ating hypothesis is x squared equals 64 at ang conclusion naman ay x equals 7. Ang ating conditional statement na ito ay false. Paano naging false? The value of x must be 8 or negative 8 to make the statement true. Dahil kapag in-square natin ng 7, 7 times 7 is 49. So, it is false. Pero kung ang value ng x dito ay 8 or negative 8, 8 times 8 or 8 squared is 64, negative 8 squared is also positive 64. You can also write simple statement into conditional statement. So, dito naman, yung simple statement or yung walang words na if at then ay pwede nating i-transform into conditional statement. So, let's have the example. A rectangle has two pairs of parallel sides. Paano ba natin gagawin yung conditional statement? So, we can make this into conditional statement as if the figure is a rectangle, then it has two pairs of parallel sides. Saan natin nakuha yung word na figure? So, kailangan nating alamin muna kung ang subject natin o ang word na rectangle ay saang grupo nabibilang. So, since ang rectangle ay nabibilang sa figure or pwede din siyang polygon or shape, so, iyon yung ating ilalagay sa if statement. So, if the figure is a rectangle, and then, yung ating then statement or then phrase, then, it has two pairs of parallel sides. So, parang hinahati natin sa if phrase at sa then phrase yung isang sentence. So, again, aalamin nyo muna kung saang grupo na bibilang ang subject. And then, iyon yung ilalagay nyo sa if phrase. Ang ating hypothesis, the figure is a rectangle, at ang ating namang conclusion, it has two pairs of parallel sides. Second example, the number is prime, it has only two factors. So, dito kung mapapansin nyo, sineparate ang isang sentence o ang sentence na ito using the comma. So, ibig sabihin, meron na tayong if at meron na ding then. Dadagdagan lang natin ng words na yon. So, ang conditional statement will be, if the number is prime, then it has only two factors. So, kung sa una nating example, naghanap pa tayo ng grupo na kinabibilangan ng ating subject dahil wala tayong nakitang comma na nag-separate sa isang sentence into two parts. So, dito nahati sa two parts. So, therefore, dadagdagan lang natin ng words na if at then. So, ang ating hypothesis, the number is prime. Aalisin na natin yung salitang if. And then, ang conclusion naman, so aalisin din natin yung salitang then. It has two factors. Third example, 1/2 of a number is 12. The number is 24. So again, hinati din ang sentence na yan o ang statement na yan using the comma. So dito, we can easily identify the conditional statement. If 1/2 of the number is 12, the number is 24. We have the given hypothesis, 1/2 of a number is 12. And ang ating conclusion naman, the number is 24. Venn diagrams can be used to illustrate conditional statement. Things that satisfies the hypothesis must be inside the things that satisfies the conclusion. So dito, using the Venn diagram, so since meron tayong hypothesis at conclusion, so meron dapat tayong dalawang circle. Kailangan daw yung hypothesis o yung mga bagay na nagsasatisfy sa hypothesis ay nasa loob ng mga bagay na nagsasatisfy sa conclusion. So, ibig sabihin, yung isang circle ay dapat na nakapaloob sa mas malaking circle. Meaning, yung nasa loob na circle, iyon yung hypothesis, at ang nasa labas naman or yung bigger circle, iyon naman yung conclusion. Let's have the example. If a number is an integer, then it's a real number. So, dito, kapag gagamit tayo ng Venn diagram, hindi natin kailangang isulat yung phrase ng if at ng then o ng hypothesis and conclusion. So, gagamitin lang natin yung words na parang nagge-generalize sa mismong conditional statement. So, iyon yung mga words na integer and real number. So, magkaroon na tayo ng dalawang circles. Again, bigger circle, iyon yung conclusion, and then yung nasa loob niya, iyon yung hypothesis. So, ang ating conclusion ay yung nasa then statement or then phrase, so that is real number. And then ang atin namang hypothesis ay integer. Another example, if you are a Filipino, then you are an Asian. Ang ating conclusion dito ay Asian at ang hypothesis naman ay Filipino. Okay, dito naman, meron tayong given na Venn diagram at i-convert natin yon into conditional statement. So, let's have the example. As you can see, sa smaller circle, meron tayong word na Cavite. And then sa bigger circle naman, meron tayong word na Calabarzon. So, in here, ang ating hypothesis ay Cavite at ang ating namang conclusion ay Calabarzon. So, paano natin yun gagawing conditional statement? Pwede nating ilagay dyan, if you reside in Cavite, then you are from Calabarzon. So, naghanap tayo ng isa pang subject para makumpleto natin yung if phrase, and then dinagdagan din natin ng subject na yon doon naman sa then phrase. Second example, so we have the hypothesis, eggplant, and we have the conclusion, vegetables. And then, gamitin din natin ng salitang you or subject na you. So, we have the conditional statement, if you eat eggplant, then you eat vegetables. Let's now have the summary of conditional statement. When we said conditional statement, it has two parts. The if, which is the hypothesis, and the then, which is the conclusion. In the conditional statement, you have to identify the hypothesis and the conclusion. So again, if P, then Q. Hypothesis is an explanation for a set of observations, and conclusion is the summing up of an argument or text. And then, pwede nyo ring i-visualize or i-illustrate ang conditional statement or hypothesis and conclusion using the Venn diagram. Sana ay may natutunan kayo tungkol sa conditional statement. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to comment below. Enjoy learning mathematics. God bless us all!